like a boxing match, hot like a lit match. On the couch, on the floor, on the table, face match. Wondered if you taste that, cause I sure did it. But I bet you did, and you said it was exquisite. Felt it, I think I almost melted. It was so hot and we both felt it. Every time we dropped, girl, it felt like velvet. And your hands get good when you held it, right when I smelled it.
Nation of hating, motivation, take you to train station, facing like it's an encore.
Drunker than a pirate or a rich blonde whore. Try and keep it private cause they hear us next door. Here, bite my fingers,
It's not too hard.
better than a Barbie, kitty barb like Steve Harvey.
Number 50, y'all.
Vibrates like a Harley.
Shit.
Take it down, I graduate from the hard knocks. Knock a beats hard like a hammer from the
Toolbox, two socks, put shorts. You're in our inner core. Feel free to get, feel free to get, feel free to get loose, get loose, get loose, get loose, get loose.
Feel free to get, feel free to get loose, feel free to get loose, get loose, get loose, feel free to get loose, get loose, get loose.
Yo, check that song out on my YouTube music page if you're not already following. This is a special episode. Número 50. Maybe, y'all. For the clean cows, yeah, but my tail. Energy drink. Throwback track. Old school crowd. I'm gonna do a couple questions today before I get started on the normal routine. Let's get the right mindset. Random questions from here. We'll see what we get. Yeah. Damn, Gerard, no offense. It's an old ass song. Please don't take no offense. I ain't gonna say nothing wrong. Whole goat south. Big chin south. Really fresh and smooth. Speaking the truth. Yeah. Welcome to another magical episode where we explore the universe and its beautiful wonderments. And every once in a while, I'll be busting some flows on the shit. Yeah, it's wild, man. You already know, man. It's wild off the chain like a motherfucking pit. Going so hard, I don't talk no shit. I just show the whole world what it means. It's the guy with the curl. He's kinda mean, but he's super damn clean. And he goes super hard when he gets up on the mic or he's in the boulevard. Sharp as fuck like a fucking ass shard. Some glass, man, I see you in the yard. Man, I see you in the barn, I'm a farmer. Got that arm and that hammer. Alright, let's see, what's the question? Who do you think you inspire? Shit. I would hope I inspire my son. I work with elementary school kids. I think I inspired them maybe. If there's hair in your food at a restaurant, what would you say? Well, first I would check and see if it looked like my hair or somebody I was with. And then I, like a gentleman, I'll be like, yo, there's some hair in here, you think I can get another one? And, or I just pray. I don't know. I'm not sure what it's never happened before. I feel like I would send it back, but I don't know. If that's ever happened to you, shit, comment. Let me know. Well, I don't even know what I should do if I get a hair. Describe your mood right now using one word. Appreciative to have made it this far. 50 episodes, 40 subscribers. On to the next 50 episodes and the next 40 subscribers to make our family even bigger. What do you and your friends do when you hang out? If you were a stand-up comedian, who do you know would give you the most material? Probably my dad. He does some wild shit. He's a pretty interesting individual. Yeah, probably my dad give me the most material. But actually, I write jokes and shit. One day I'm gonna practice on here, but most of my material comes from myself. Really, maybe myself, because I've done so much crazy shit in my life. I might give myself most of the material that I need. You know what I'm saying? What else? Let's see. Random. This one. Would you rather ask permission or apologize later? Most definitely apologize later. It depends though. It depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? It really depends. Because if it's something that if it's something major, yeah, I ask for permission first. But if it's not, ask for forgiveness later. Let's see. Do you have any phobias? I don't know. I have a phobia of not having green. I guess they can count, right? Let's see, what's another one? Do you keep a journal and does it help you? I've kept several journals. It helps. It helps stay off of social media and instead of blasting your problems on there. It helps, put them in so that you can look back at it later and be like, oh yeah, I was kind of over exaggerating back then. Or it was a legitimate experience, but you still are glad that you waited to think on it before you shared it with the public. So I think journals are a good idea. Let's see, another random question. If you had the opportunity to get a message across to a large group, what would it be? Wow, I got 40 subscribers. That's a large group, is it not? My message is love one another, but love yourself as well. Probably more importantly, love yourself. Appreciate the present. Don't worry too much about the future or the past. You think a little bit about it, obviously. And then most Americans were more alike than unalike in a lot of situations. Has your ego ever gotten in the way of work or a relationship? Oh yeah. Definitely relationships when I was younger. I was very egotistical. Shout out to Beyonce. Got a big ego. Where is the strangest place you've ever fallen asleep? That, my friends, would be in a church parking lot of a church that I don't even. We couldn't go home. It was kind of like a runaway situation, but I'm 18, so it was weird. I was done. When you make a decision, do you stick to it or do you go back and forth? It depends. I go back and forth a lot, but there are things where I'm like, nah, that's it and that's it. I think that's most humans. What do you do when you feel like you're stuck in a rut? I definitely smoke and meditate. Spend some time with friends. Because usually when I'm feeling like I'm in a rut, I'm alone too much. So I need to spend time with friends. Sometimes away from work, because work, sometimes I need to get away from everything about work. Who is better, the Beatles or Elvis Presley? My mom would say Elvis. I would probably say the Beatles. If you could play God for a day, what's the first thing you do? Ooh. Decriminalize cannabis. What kind of contest do you think would be fun to judge? I've never thrown a party. I'm not sure what makes a good party. I would assume, so let's say the parties I went to, the host was nice. I danced with the host at the house party. Then there was another party where the host gave me a ride back to town because I had dated his ex. Hosts are considerate and understanding, I guess. Do you feel where you're living now is the best fit for you? It's a good fit. The best fit at the moment, yes. That will change soon. And when it does, the only constant is change. What drains your energy? I feel like the sun. Every time I go out in the sun and I'm like driving around and shit, I just feel like that. And what else? Kids will drain your energy. Editing music video. I mean, not just music. Editing videos on the computer. Shit will drain me. If you had to design a playground for adults, what is one thing you'd put on it? Damn, a playground for adults. You'd probably have to have a bar. If you're gonna have a playground for adults. For them to either loosen up, you're either gonna have to let them smoke there or let them drink. If your significant other wanted to take a vacation without you, what would you say or do? Well, I don't have a significant other, but if I did, I don't think I would mind. I mean, especially if it's like, like she wants to go with girls or her family or something, I wouldn't mind at all. Why would I? Would you ever eat something alive or gross for money? Damn. Probably. It depends on how much money. It depends on what. And the repercussions of eating such. I just got heebie-jeebies thinking about it. If you were the opposite sex for one day, what is one thing you'd do? Go get free drinks? Nah, that's dangerous. What I do is the opposite sex. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I would mansplain something to a dude as a woman who lived as a man. I would just drop man knowledge bombs, you know what I'm saying? Finish this sentence. If all else fails, I'll finish school. Let's see. What blood type do you have? Shit, I don't even know. Does Nintendo count? Because it didn't say board game. I would say Nintendo. What would your friends say about you? Funny. Crazy. Smart. Nice. Sometimes an asshole. What was the last time you felt lucky? I feel lucky almost every day. Waking up, I feel like oftentimes. Having a job that offered me a vacation, you know, I feel very lucky and blessed. What type of people scare you? Dead people? Serial killer people? What is your favorite spa service? Massage, facial, etc. So I got a massage when I was like 13 on the beach of Cozumel. No, it was Costa Maya, Mexico. When one of my aunts got married on a cruise. Actually, she got married in Mexico, but we went on a cruise to get to Mexico. And that massage was amazing. Who would call you their biggest cheerleader? I would hope my son would. Have you ever been bitten or attacked by an animal? If so, what and why? Yeah, I've been bitten by some kind of parrot. And it held onto my finger, and I was pretty scared. Because they can break bone. And then the cat, I was trying to give him some peroxide. So I had to try to grab him and shit. He started biting my hand. My dog, when I was a kid, he used to like gnaw on my legs. And I used to just cry like a little bitch. But he was fucking chewing on my legs and shit. Like, come on. Like, he wouldn't break the skin, but I hated it. Rest in peace, Rocco. I think that's the only animals that have bitten me or attacked me. Have you ever had anything waxed? If so, what? Nah, I smoked on some wax, but that's about it. What is one thing you'll never be associated with? Shit, one thing I'll never be associated with. Racists. I will never be associated with racists. There you go. We'll say that one. Or misogynists, because I'm not down with that shit. I probably won't be associated with much feminism, but I'm down with like some feminism. Some of the extreme versions of it, it's a little far, but I would never be associated with Nazis, but those are racist, so that, you know. Excuse me. That's all I can think of. What is something that intrigues you and scares you at the same time? The practice of complete abstinence. Abstinence? But what else? You know, creation, life, death. What else? What makes someone a bad kisser in your opinion? So when I was in school, there was, whenever they're a bad kisser, back then, they would be sloppy and they would get saliva. Like whenever you had to go with a group after a kiss, not good. And what else? And then I don't like getting bit. So like those girls who like to bite your tongue and shit. Bad. What movie ending really frustrated you, and how would you change it? So I got some movie posters: Ant-Man, Avengers. I guess the only one I can think of was part 2 of this movie. Or this is part 2. I didn't like how this movie ended. But, and I wish they would have given it a third one. Shredder could have been so much better on it. Baxter Stockton, there's so much potential. Michael Bay. Do you think it's good to take it one day at a time? I think it's necessary. I think it's necessary for your mental and physical health. Do you believe in aliens? I believe that aliens are not like... I believe aliens are other dimensional beings that vibrate on another frequency that we might not necessarily be able to see at this point in time. I also think aliens are like angels, but it's the same thing. It's multi-dimensional beings that can see and communicate with us in ways, but we can't necessarily see them because we don't exist on that spectrum of frequency. What one thing does your mom do that makes you laugh? What did she say last time? What she called, man, I wrote it down. Certain things that she says, her hand motions, but I do the same thing. My hand motions. I do the same shit. How do you feel about redheads? That's a weird question in this book. They're cool. I'm a fan of Andrew Santino and Ron Howard, and I used to be a fan of Louis C.K. before the whole weird thing. Yeah, redheads are cool. Shout out to the Scottish. Would you still buy a desktop computer, or do you consider them obsolete? Nah, I still would, I think, if I had the money for it. I think it'd be an investment, and it has more power than a laptop. What is the last meal you cooked for someone? Shit. I cooked turkey burgers for myself. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not a cooker, y'all. I can cook certain things, but I just haven't done it in a while. I guess the last time I made some pasta for my sister and her boyfriend. What is the smartest investment you've ever made? Well, one of them is investing into Buzzsprout, which allows me to upload the podcast on Spotify. And with that, we got listeners all over the world. Not a lot, but to me, that's do you think flying is safe, or do you have reservations? Nothing is completely safe. Like, nothing is completely safe. In flying, but they say flying is safer than driving for some reason. I don't know. I wouldn't be I would do it. I don't think I'm afraid to fly, because I've flown before. What was the hardest goodbye you ever had? When me and my son's mom broke up, and he and her moved out. It wasn't a goodbye forever, but it was just a goodbye from like living together. That was pretty tough. What is something you hate but wish you loved? Exercise. If you had a year off of responsibilities, what would you want to do? Ooh, a year off of responsibilities. I would interview more people on the podcast. I think that's an easy way to expand the audience. I would also probably try stand-up. I work on another album. What's your favorite sport? Not really into sports. Fighting is cool sometimes. MMA is pretty cool. Used to be basketball. You prefer to live somewhere that has all 4 seasons of the weather? Well, where I currently stay, we have all 4 seasons, and yeah, that's pretty nice. What is one thing you'll never do in public? There's a lot of things, but one thing is streak. Are you neat or messy? I'm kind of messy. I can be neat. It just depends. Usually in my workspace I'm neat. In my home space I'm messy, but I've improved. Speaking of improve, what's the biggest thing you need to improve? Shit. My eating habits. What is your favorite way to stay in shape? My favorite way to stay in shape is to, I guess, push-ups and sit-ups. That's all I really do. And also picking healthy choices for food. Just looking on the bright side help you. Most definitely helps me. Do you believe in taking leaps of faith? What does that mean? Like take a leap of faith? Like, yeah, I guess I do. It doesn't always work out, but at least you know that you try. If you were a flower, what type would you be? Man, I'd be that green flower. Power. Do you think happiness is a choice? Yes, I believe it is. What has been your biggest sacrifice? Anything I've sacrificed is for a reason. So I don't see it as a sacrifice. You know what I mean? But I'll sacrifice, it's just being a good parent. Sacrificing time away from your friend, but that's not even sacrifice. That's just your job as a parent. What is the longest movie you've ever watched? We're currently watching a 4-hour version of Return of the King. And we're not even done with it yet. Me and the squad, so we're just watching it in pieces. And it's pretty great. Other than that, the longest movies are Irishman, Avengers, Endgame, and Infinity War. Before that, it was like Titanic. Do you have an unresolved, ongoing family issue? Me personally, no. No, I'm good with everybody. What sound relaxes you? Louis Beats. Louis Beats relax me. Bird sounds. Who do you think Jack the Ripper was? I have no idea. You need to ask Romo that. Who's your favorite model? So I guess we're not talking about role models. Just regular models. Dua Lipa used to be a model. She's a singer. What profession do you respect? Shit. Pretty much every legitimate profession. Now, what profession do I not respect is a better question. It's a lot shorter list. I don't respect fentanyl pushers or sex traffickers, I guess, right? Obviously. If that's a profession, I don't think it's like a necessarily profession. Has your intuition or gut served you well? Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure that's like another part of your brain. They say your brain is connected to your gut and your heart, so it's for a reason. How do you handle betrayal? I'm pretty sensitive, so I would be anger, a lot of anger, regret. I would go through the process probably fast. I'd be like, well, that's what it is. But I don't know. It depends. Where does the betrayal come from? Like, is it from somebody that's close, or is it somebody that's not that close? Then that reflects on the reaction. If you own a restaurant, what kind of food would you want to serve? Shit, probably pizza. But really, I like all the bad food. I like burgers, pizza, chicken strips, hot dogs, tacos. My restaurant would be bananas. But it's probably best to just pick one, because usually restaurants that have multiple kinds, they're not usually good. If you had to describe yourself as a flavor, through my mind are grape, strawberry, mint, lemon lime, white chocolate. Are you a trendsetter? I feel like I am. And I think if you feel like you are what you are most of the time. Yeah, if y'all think I'm not, then just tell me I'm not a trendsetter. Don't tell me. What is something too hard for you to imagine? Hell. I don't believe in hell. It's too hard for me to imagine a peaceful guy creating a place to torture us. Doesn't make any sense to me personally. Favorite mystery series? Timeless. Shout out to Timeless. I think it's a sci-fi mystery, I think. Also, True Detective, the first season. It's pretty lit. Let's see. Who can you impersonate really well? I think my dad. Sometimes I don't even do it on purpose, but like I impersonate his accent sometimes. Me and my sister do. But I love it though. It's just fun sometimes, you know. He makes fun of us too, so we make fun of each other. Would you rather be hated or forgotten? Oh shit! Why would I wouldn't want to be hated. I guess I'd rather be forgotten because God would never forget you. What's the longest you've ever grown your hair? Kind of a bit. That's weird. What instance did you not take no for an answer? Whoa. You trying to get me canceled? I would take no for an answer. Would you ever consider adopting a child? Yeah, if my wife really wants to. What is your most favorite way to receive affection? Words of affirmation. I like words. Because, after a while, touch as well, but words. I think that's the main one. Are you a positive person? I didn't used to be. I go through phases of years. I think most of the time I strive to be a positive person. What is your favorite song beginning with the letter I? Oh shit. I am number one. No, but that song's called Number One. Is there any song called I Love Myself? Kendrick Lamar. How do you feel about growing older? It's weird. Very weird. It doesn't feel like it. Like I don't necessarily feel it physically. Mentally I feel it. But that's just on a maturity level, I think. I guess I like it. I like getting older. Because older just means more ripe. You get better with time, like wine. What keeps you busy most days? I guess when I'm working, it's work. When I'm on vacation, it's such a small part of the year, so I don't even get it. Keeps me busy is podcast. Have you ever staged an intervention, and for what? No. Many people read electronic books. Do you think that takes away from the experience? Nah, I just don't particularly enjoy it. I prefer paper, you know. But I have no idea if it takes away their experience. I think it's worse on the eyes, but I think it's a scientific thing. It's not like just me making shit up. Have you ever been fired at PLS? And if so, from where? Yes, from PLS. And I feel like it's because somebody jacked the C note from me. Somebody I work with, I think. Because I didn't trust him, or I didn't show that I trusted him with my key for my drawer. And we worked with people who went to school together, and so they usually just hand each other their key for their drawer and shit. And I didn't really know this dude, but we had worked together for a while, so maybe I was wrong. But I think, and maybe I'm still wrong, maybe I just accidentally gave $100 extra away, but I feel very, very sure that one of my coworkers took that $100, and that was my third strike from there. And I didn't want to pay that check. I didn't want to pay the shortage, because you can, but then I was like, you know what, I'm just tired of paying the shortage. So it was meant to be done. I was tired of ripping people off for their checks, from death family member checks and shit like that. It was meant for me to get fired that time. Have you ever test driven a car you couldn't afford? If so, what car? No. Well, we did it. We had a rental for a while. It was not a Charger, a Challenger maybe. It was pretty cool. And then what was scary was one time we were skipping school in that rental car, of course, and we went to another high school, Highland Park. We went to South Garland, and then that's where we went to South Garland. We took a couple of girls to Highland Park, and I guess they went into they snuck in for some reason. They ran out after a few minutes and hopped in the car, and they said, "Go, go, go!" And then some cholo dude started chasing us in like a Cadillac. And then at some point, because we were my friend was driving, right? And he did pretty good because they never actually got us. And it reminds me of this situation in this book I'm reading. Because they got chased by boats. But so we got chased, and at one point, we were driving, right? And the dude was following us. How did he do it? He like spun around and was following us backwards still. Like, he was on us. Like, he had done that before. So it was crazy. Somehow we got away. And then that day, too, we were, like, just drove somewhere. We saw this dude. Hey, you know where to get some green? And he just busted out. Yeah, you want some corn or you want some dro? And so we got the corn. We wanted more. Weird times, man. Anyway. What's the meaning of life? I was talking to my sister about this the other day. I feel like the meaning of life is just to live, to experience, to also search for your life goal, the reason we were put here, because I think we all have a life purpose that we were given and we were aware of before we entered this dimension, and we got to remember it. I think that's one of the main reasons. What celebrity's crib would you love to take a tour of? Probably Tommy Chong, or Willie Nelson, or Wiz. Yeah. Do you think all is fair in love and war? I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what the fuck that means. All fair in love and war. So like not that everything goes. Nah, I don't think that's true. Not all is fair in love and war. Maybe in a war, but not in love. But war and love, why are they put in the same category? I mean, that shit's weird, right? I don't know. What's the most radical thing you've done appearance-wise? Cut my own hair, I think? Yeah. Alright, where we at? I think I'm kind of done with that. Check. Golly, we're already at 45, guys. Just answering questions. I didn't even I guess I'll save this stuff for episode 51. because I got a string. I got an angel number. But you know what? Since this is episode 50, it's going to be different. Okay? Since we're at 45, let's take one more hit. One more song. And then I guess we can wrap it up. Not a bad episode. Number 50, y'all. Appreciate it. Not concurrent.
Walk on los otros, you'll be higher than a cocoa tree. Flying in my spaceship, the city got a hold of me. I love you, Dallas, Texas. You've always been
Close to me, but sometimes
I be thinking you be using me. You give me good weed, but these haters be confusing me. Why you even keep them here? Let them eat and sleep in here. Making us look bad, acting like you don't even care. Oh, okay, you gon' act like you ain't seen me. I gotta get the mic to show these fuckers who the king in here. They call me Little X, one of the best up in the game. Puffin' on some Chez, God bless all of the lanes. The hood be bringing stress, but the hood made my name. So I gotta represent for my city, know what I'm saying? What you heard got away with them words. King of the hood all the way to the birds. Too smart for you good, you gon' lay by the curb. If a dude talking shit, make him shit where he stood. Fuck what you heard got away with the words. King of the hood all the way to the birds.
But I found this from
for you good, you gon' lay by the curb. If a dude talking shit,
the 1998 Olympics.
From around the way, like a pound of yay. I seen a couple motherfuckers on the
Hey, shout out to my girl Simone, man. I'm trying to screw on some money. Shout out to my girl Scarlett Johansson. They trying to screw her out of money, man. It's a new badass woman in her strip.
I'm a hood king, nigga. I could leave your ass decapitated. I'm so deep. You might think me mob affiliated. King of the city, godfather of father.
Yeah. Father recording.
Get the munchies, never kicked it
With no dummies.
should be an actor. To us, you looking
funny.
Son of a
Bastard.
bastard. You need to get the
Money.
Don't worry about me. I'ma be
What I wanna be.
Once upon 100 G's. One is born with masteries. Little did they ask of me, but known to cause catastrophe. Fuck what you heard, got away with them words. King of the hood, all the way to the birds. Too smart for your good, you gon' lay by the curb. If a dude talking shit, make him shit where he stood.
Fuck what you heard, got away with them birds. King of the hood, all the way to the birds.
Too smart for your good, you gon' lay by the curb. If a dude talking shit, make him shit where he stood. Now however it's told,
I'm in Mount Everest mode.
ready to take him down.
Of the baddest shit grown.
Not a fountain of youth. It's that shit that make you smarter. When I step into the booth, I like the roof on fire. Found the corner in the corner,
And I'm four in the clip.
in your home like Time Warner. I ain't born in your bitch. My music is more addictive than some cheeses and fish. And I ain't talking out five on me, that poisonous shit. Turn your shit
Love y'all.
up in the stars, but I ain't losing perception. Now I'm going for revenge, but I'm here for redemption. Oh yeah, I'm the king. I just thought that I should mention.